All right, today we're cracking open the book, Product Leadership, to figure out what it really takes to launch incredible products and build teams that win, especially in the crazy, fast-paced world we're in now. So let's just start right here. Does this sound familiar? I mean, really familiar? It's that feeling that everything's on your shoulders, but you don't actually have the power to just make things happen. This is the central puzzle for so many product leaders, and it's exactly where we're going to begin. So yeah, let's dig into this. We're calling our first section the Leader's Paradox. We're going to explore why it so often feels like you're supposed to be the captain of the ship, but nobody actually gave you the rank. And here's the thing, the whole top-down, because I said so style of management, it's basically a fossil, especially in tech and product-focused companies. Your job title just doesn't carry the weight it used to. What really matters now, your real power, is influence. It's the new currency. And wow, this quote from Matt Assay over at Adobe just nails it. He's saying, look, I can't just order people around. That's not the job. The job is to influence, to persuade, to get everyone excited and rowing in the same direction because they want to, not because they're afraid of you. Okay, so if it's not about being the boss and telling people what to do, then what is product leadership all about? Let's get right to the core of what this role actually is and where it fits in the puzzle of a modern company. At its heart, it really comes down to one word: discovery. The legendary product expert Marty Cagan puts it this way: your job is to find a product that is 1, valuable, so people will actually pay for it and it helps the business; 2, usable, so people can actually figure out how to use it; and 3, feasible, meaning your team can realistically build it. And you've probably seen this before, right? This Venn diagram is basically the perfect map for a product leader's brain. You live right here in the messy, exciting overlap of business, user experience, and technology. You have to speak all 3 languages fluently and translate between them. I love this metaphor from Ken Norton at GV. He calls product management the glue. Think about it. You're the one connecting all these different departments that have their own priorities and their own ways of talking. You're the glue holding engineering, design, marketing, and sales together, making sure everyone's building the same thing. So you have to wonder, how did this glue role even become so important? It wasn't always this way. To get that, we need a quick history lesson. Let's look at the rise of the PM. And man, the history of this role is pretty wild. It actually goes all the way back to 1931 at Procter & Gamble with a role they called the brand man, one person who owned a product's success from top to bottom. Then you fast forward to the 90s, when companies like Hewlett-Packard realized you had to put decisions in the hands of people closest to the customer. But the real earthquake was in 2001 with the Agile Manifesto, which completely shifted focus to people over process. And all of that has led us here, to today, where product leaders are in the C-suite shaping the entire direction of the company. So, okay, the role is powerful, it's central, but let's be real, it can be an absolute grind. It is tough. So now we're going to get into the trenches, into the daily battles, in a section we're calling Surviving the Gauntlet. Before I show you the data, just think about it for a second. In your experience, or just from what you've seen, what do you think is the single toughest part of being a product leader? Well, a survey from Mind the Product laid it all out, and you might just see yourself in this list. The number one challenge? Trying to prioritize what to build next when you don't have good research. Sound familiar? Right behind that is just being stretched way too thin, dealing with powerful stakeholder opinions that aren't backed by data, finding good people, and, the big one, just trying to get everyone aligned. If you're not in your head right now, trust me, you are not alone. And oh boy, this leads us to something the brilliant Jared Spool famously called the executive swoop and poop. You know what this is. It's when a senior exec flies in, drops a huge new idea on your roadmap with absolutely zero data or validation, and then flies away, leaving you and the team to, well, clean up the mess. It's a funny name for a seriously frustrating problem. So how do you fight back against the swoop and poop? Here's the secret. You don't fight an opinion with your opinion. You fight an opinion with data. It's a simple 3-step playbook. 1, quickly build a rough, testable prototype of the idea. 2, get it in front of real users and just listen. Collect the data. 3, go back to that executive and present what your users actually did and said. It changes the conversation from "I think we should" to "our users are telling us." Okay, this is where it all comes together. That focus on data, on collaboration, on influence, it's all pointing to the same thing: the real job of leadership. So, in our final section, let's talk about what this is all really for. When you strip away all the roadmaps and the metrics and the endless meetings, this is what's left. This is the big takeaway. Real product leadership isn't about being the hero. It's not about your individual success. It's about enabling everyone else to do the best work of their lives. That's your job. Because at the end of the day, it's not magic that creates amazing products. Amazing teams create amazing products, which means the single most important product you will ever build, the most important thing you manage, is the team itself. Your job is to be the architect of that team.
And that brings us right back to where we started. So we'll leave you with this question to chew on. If influence truly is the new authority, what does that mean for you? What's one thing you can do differently tomorrow to lead with inspiration and not just with your job title?